The cleanup continues in two southern tier communities tonight where two tornadoes touched down last night. The twisters landed in Westfield and Fredonia. Both were EF2s, which can pack winds between 111 and 135 miles an hour. It's amazing no one was hurt. Storm Team 2's Heather Lee tells us why residents in Fredonia were extremely lucky.
Branches that once waved high above University Park now filled wood chippers making their way around the village of Fredonia. After an EF2 tornado cut a narrow but distinct path through several blocks.
You could see the tree line, so I've just been taking pictures of all the tops of trees. It's a definite line.
Winds of 100 miles or more sliced through trees, toppled telephone poles, even crumbled the back wall of this barn. Luckily, the falling cinder blocks missed this natural gas line just below. But if there's such a thing as a perfect storm path, this might have been it.
This came between the two houses, and it just went straight through. Boom. Knocked whatever in his way, it knocked it down.
The tornado cut out a line of destruction, damaging trees and roofs, but next door and across the street, the majority of homes were virtually untouched, which had neighbors both scratching their heads and counting their blessings. A block away, crews spent hours breaking down the top half of this 75-foot pine tree that sheared off and skewered Jack Coughlin's garage.
Probably 1,500 pounds to 2,000 pounds went through the air about 30, 40 feet and landed on the garage.
Thank God it didn't go towards the house.
And just minutes after the tornado in Fredonia, another twister formed about 15 miles south in Westfield and did quite a bit of damage. It also gave Nick Coletta what he called the most frightening 10 seconds of his life. He was in his barn working on a tractor when the storm rolled in. Coletta told 2 on Your Side's Pete Gallivan that he went to look through the garage door window just as a tornado ripped through.
The door just blew right off right in front of me. Just blew right out, this garage door here. And then I ran back in the garage and noticed that the roof fell off, so I said I better get out in case it caves in on me.
Coletta ran to his truck and escaped without being hurt. Another barn right across the street was also destroyed. The Westfield tornado tore a 3.5-mile path across town.
And you heard that classic thing. A lot of people said it did sound like a freight train, and you hear that all the time.
But you see the damage that it did. It clearly didn't come quietly in the night.